Somebody turn my luck. I'll give love to the world. I'll stay true to my word. We'd be queens and kings of everything. I could gaze at the stars, take my rocket to Mars. We'd be queens and kings of everything. I bet my heart on you. Queens and kings of everything.
Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog channel. Today we're not giving a weekly vlog like normal. Today I'm enjoying a nice cool Olipop with you guys. This is strawberry vanilla. This one's actually my favorite. I just sat down and filmed an In the Soup reaction for my Patreon, but I thought I would take a chance to film for my vlog channel just to sit down, chat, life chat. During the pandemic, during 2020, I thought about starting a podcast. I have always been kind of told that here on YouTube that I have like kind of a comforting voice, or I've been told I was a therapist more times than I can count on my other channel. So I always thought maybe a podcast would be my future. So this is kind of like an episode. We're gonna sit down, have a drink, and just kind of talk about life in general, like I would if I had had my podcast. And maybe one day I will have a podcast. I feel like maybe that might be in my future, but for now I feel like I have enough on my plate, and I'm just gonna stick with what I got going. But maybe stay tuned for a podcast one day. But today, ooh, that tastes way better than I remember it. That is delicious. By the way, the flavor I have is strawberry vanilla. I highly recommend these because I think they're technically healthier for you. It is a sparkling tonic that supports digestive health. So, I don't know. I really like them. I've already drank one today and I'm on my second, so definitely I highly recommend. But anyways, I get easily sidetracked, as you can see. Today I thought we'd just talk about life in general. I have nothing planned for this episode. I just wanted to sit and chat about life. And maybe if you guys are busy doing something, like maybe you're folding some laundry, doing the dishes, doing some homework, whatever stage of life you're in, just turn this on, hang out with me, and you know, it's a pretty chill time. It's chill time. But today I kind of wanted to talk about the thought that humans have where we feel like we're not good enough, or we're behind for some reason, or things aren't where they should be. I feel like this is something that I've thought about a lot recently as a 25-year-old living in this world. I feel like we compare ourselves too often in negative ways. So what I mean by this is I actually saw something on Facebook the other day, and it was like, remember that girl that had a child at 16? Well, she actually has a beautiful family now. She's married. She has a beautiful house. Remember that girl who was single until she was 40? Like, she is married, happily married now, and has it all together. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like we compare ourselves at certain ages and put these expectations on ourselves for no apparent reason. And these expectations really don't mean anything. For example, somebody could go to college right away after high school and think they have it all together, have their dream career, and 10 years later they're back in school finding their new dream career. It's just what's right for you in the moment. And in my life, the way I kind of was thinking about it is like, I was pretty sad that we haven't been able to buy a house yet. And it's not that big of a deal. Buying a house is not like the end all be all. But as a mom of my 1.5-year-old, it's like I almost feel like this societal pressure to have a house and a yard and do all these perfect things. And I don't know why. I think it's just a societal pressure that I feel. And there's nothing wrong with living in this apartment and living in our next apartment and having a child and being married and all that kind of thing. It's just, for some reason, it feels like there is like negative connotations with that, and there shouldn't be, because lots of people do it all over the world, and the housing market is insane right now. So why do I care so much, you know? Like, why do we care about these things? Why do we care whether or not I go to college, whether or not I do this or that, whether or not blah, blah, blah? Like, it's just a thought that's been on my brain lately that has made me realize kind of that it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And even when you feel like you're behind, for some reason, you're really not behind. Really, nobody else is paying attention to you except yourself. And comparing yourself to other people who are in different places actually means nothing. Like, you know, that saying or that thought that like sometimes the people who have the most are actually the unhappiest and the people who have the least are actually the happiest. Like, there are so many other factors involved rather than just what you have, what it looks like on the outside, and just knowing that like you need to, like, I need to find peace with where I'm at right now is what I'm trying to say. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in general. Like, and I feel like another thought that's been on my brain a lot lately is the idea that I never got to travel before having my child. And obviously I would never take back having my child. Olivia is the most perfect little human being I've ever met in my entire life. Not to put pressure on you, Olivia, if you're watching this, but you were just the sweetest, cutest little thing. And I would never take that back. It's just that I feel like I really wanted to travel, especially like leaving college. I wasn't able to travel in college due to playing college volleyball, and then just could never afford it, really. Like, I just could never afford it. But now that I'm older, I could afford it. And it has me really thinking about things, and watching all these travel YouTubers has made me think about things. And we're currently trying to do like our kind of like our honeymoon after the fact. Like, because we got married during the pandemic, we never got to take a honeymoon, so now we're kind of looking at options for our little, like, a mini honeymoon for us, a delayed one. I just feel like that is something that I've been thinking about a lot, because another thought is to wait until I'm older, wait till I can do more with my life, blah, 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 when I'm in a better position. But part of me is just like, I feel like I really just want to travel while I'm young and experience it while I'm young. And tomorrow is kind of not guaranteed anymore, especially like I feel like this is a huge learning point with the pandemic, is just knowing that tomorrow's not guaranteed, next week is not guaranteed. Things can shut down that quickly, you know? And I feel like this is kind of going to be like a generational trauma for all of us. But I was planning a trip in 2020, and I was hoping to go on a couple more in the fall of 2020, but then the pandemic hit and it all hit the fan and everything got canceled, and it was really sad for me and sad for so many other people who are going through so much. That's such first world problems, to be honest. Like, people lost family members and lost tons of other things, but I was just personally, I was very sad that my trips were canceled, and I was hoping to go on those as well. And they never got rescheduled, or I was never able to reschedule because of having a child and then having like life get in the way, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying here, this is just a chat about life that's all over the place. But I have two main points that I was trying to make in this video today that I just want to sit down and talk to you guys about and see if maybe anybody related on any sort of level But my two main points were A, don't compare yourself to other people in general, because life works different for everybody. Life looks different for everybody. And just because you're not doing something that maybe everyone else is doing, maybe your older sister's doing, maybe your cousin is doing, maybe your parents did, whatever it is, just because you're not doing it right now does not mean that your life is not going to end up exactly where it is meant to be, with who you're meant to be with, where you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be as a person. It doesn't mean that that won't happen. But then my second point was just kind of about my life and the fact that I want to travel so very badly. And I feel like this is something that's been such a reoccurring theme for me, and with me getting it recently into some more music that's like more Asian influence, like Korean music and stuff like that, I feel like that's just like reignited my Asian flair in deep inside. Did you guys know I actually did Ancestry DNA? I'm so sorry, I am like squirrel. But I did my Ancestry DNA, and it actually updates like every couple of months, just to like, if there's some unknown DNA anywhere, it updates. And I have 0.01, I think it was Japanese. Let me look. But I had 0.01 of something Asian, and I was like, what? Shook. I did 23andMe actually. I had 0.01 Japanese heritage. I was pretty shocked by that one. But I don't know, I feel like Asia has been so high on my bucket list. Before the pandemic hit, when we were like initially planning our wedding, I was trying to like see if I could pull strings so we could go to like Thailand, because I've heard such great things. And I just feel like I really want to do the things that I've always wanted to do and stop talking about them and just do them. And I want to do it while I'm young. Like, I don't want to wait until I'm older, because that's not guaranteed in life. And especially since right now I have one kid, and she's so sweet, so good. And the thought of bringing her with me is not terrifying to me. The thought of bringing her around with us everywhere is not terrifying to me at all. Like, I just, I just feel like it's like the circumstances now are better than they will ever be. And why are we not taking advantage? Why are we not taking advantage? This is just a very ranty conversation from the depths of my brain. And I feel like maybe I should start wrapping it up, because I did kind of start to wrap it up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this type of sit down video. I could plan it a lot better, honestly. I really could. If you guys like this type of video, let me know down below. Let me know what you're doing down below. And I will see you guys next week for a weekly vlog. I am going to go take a nap before my daughter wakes up. Bye, guys.